Alright, you guys, welcome back to Key Finding Simulator. We are now in Chapter 3, and apparently some exciting things are going to happen. By that, I mean we're going to have to find another mist. Yay! I know you guys are so excited. And apparently Neko's been sleeping in class, so we gotta scold her for that. Or at least the teacher will for us. Yeah, you should be sorry.
とりあえず授業で答えられなかった部分は明日提出すること。
わかりました。
Dang, that would suck.
次、移動教室失礼します。
Our next class is in a different room. Well, usually they are. I mean, unless this is your homeroom and then you go straight into your next class, which is in the same room. But, I mean, do schools in Japan have older classes in the same room, generally? I don't...
お説教長かったな。
Interesting.
もうみんな移動しちゃったよね。でも大丈夫。この間、拾ったこの鍵があれば、どこでも行きたいところにつながっちゃうもん。体育の着替えで遅くなった時も助かっちゃったし。
Neko, why you gotta take this key? Huh? Why do we have to go and find keys again? We just did that.
行きたいところを思い浮かべて。
This whole first part of the series is just finding
会いたい
keys.
人のところにも行けちゃったりとか。
Take me to someone I want to meet. Yeah, I didn't have any idea who that was gonna be. Crazy. Wow, what a surprise. I had a feeling that you were calling for me. Come on, let's go.
いやだ、私何考えてるの？違う、移動教室。
So, I think I'm trying to understand, is Neko purely a nighttime resident? Could she, like, go to the other world? She could technically, like, go outside of the night realm as if she really wished for it?
鍵を。
I wonder if we'll see something like that happen. But then again, we kind of go in between the night world too. So I'm like, I feel like it's technically connected in that sense that she could just wait. And then, I don't know. Returns the Ley-Line. I don't even know what the Ley-Line is. I haven't figured that out yet. Returning to the now familiar bureau office, I explained the principal's request to Muko. Now the problem is where to start looking. Probably because she's been reminded of what happened with the fairy. Her eyes wander slightly as she says...
確認しますが、妖精が集めた鍵の山にはその鍵はなかったということですね。
あの鍵の山については風紀委員からの細かい報告があったみたいなんですけど、そこにはなかったそうです。
Gosh, can you imagine the amount of paperwork, like, having to, like, be like, okay, this key belongs to this person, it's for this purpose, like, this having to be so detail-oriented about it? That would have took you forever.
ということは、紛失した鍵はどこか別の場所に持ち出されてしまったということですか。
Brought to another place, huh? Fairy was the culprit? I would say the fairy was the culprit.
でも、例えば学園の誰かが盗ん
曲がりなりにもミストです。簡単に盗み出せるようなところにあるとは思えません。
Though knowing the principal, she does seem like the type of person who'd leave it
そ
lying
れは君の
around.
偏見です。学園長は私の知る限り、そのようなものの扱いをする人間ではありません。
My own biased viewpoint? I don't think I'm
ハイタース
biased.
プライトのような
Not at all.
探し物専門のミストでなければ持ち出せる可能性は低いと考えます。
でも鍵の山の中にはなかったんだよね。
It was stolen. In the midst of it all, we saw the fairy flying off with a key, didn't we?
あ、礼拝堂に行く前に、そういえば。
It's hard to tell because it's the, like, sepia, is that what you call it? But yeah, I guess that could be the key.
そうです。
We didn't chase after it and left it alone. I'm guessing what's happened is it, like, was on its way back to, like, add the key to the pile, you know? It was on its way back to, Mayumi. And I think what happened is we, like, ended up canceling the, spell, if you want to say it that way. And then it just dropped it, and then obviously Neko found it. But the key in question is probably the one I was carrying at the time of all the times we decided not to chase it. Muko let out a sigh filled with frustration.
回収するべきでした。大失態です。
あの妖精が持っていたのがその例の鍵だったとして、今はどこにあるんだろう。
Kotaro, if we knew the answer, this would be so easy. The fairy should have disappeared once I closed the pocket watch, right? I looked to Muko for confirmation.
はい。
Meaning that the key should have been left somewhere in the school.
誰かが拾ったとか？
落とし物として届いてないか？
I mean, I guess that's a good first place to start, but I highly doubt anybody's returning it there. He dials a number on the bureau's
学園
telephone.
内の落とし物は学園の事務室で預かってるから、そこに連絡してるんじゃないかな。
I see. Most people would bring it there if they picked up a key.
そうですか。
I don't know. Some people
お
would
手数
probably
を
just
お
not
か
care.
けしました。
He gently places the receiver. Any luck?
ここ数週間、鍵の落とし物は届いていないそうです。
Yeah, because all the keys were literally missing anyways, you know? So either someone picked it up and is holding on to it, or the fairy dropped it in an inconspicuous location. Yeah, can you imagine it just dropped it in a bush and then we like never find it there? Looks like we'll just have to search every nook and cranny of the school then.
うちの敷地結構広いよ。
Yes, Kotaro, I realize how big this camp is. It is absolutely ginormous, but that's okay. I mean, this is what we have to do. Yeah, I know.
しかし、やるしかないでしょう。
I mean, we don't really have any leads yet. I mean, if we could start asking people too, maybe putting up some posters. I really doubt that Neko's gonna return the key because she knows how like strong it is now. That being said, if someone did pick it up, all this would be for naught. At that moment, an idea pops into my mind. I've got it. How about we use the hider spell? No, please, no, not again. I don't want to have millions of keys and I have to deal with this. As long as we can tell what the key looks like. Because since we glare as cold as episode 0. She's pissed. She's like, please, let's not do
で
that.
は、君がハイタースプライトを入手してきてくれるのですね。残念ながら、私やカラスマくんはミストを収めてある地下宝物庫には入れませんので。
Yes, okay, Ushio, that's true, but let me remind you that mist appeared to those who need them the most. Yeah? Yeah? We could just have it come to us. I forgot. Now that she mentions it, I remember what Rito told us. In order to deter intruders, humans are unable to
ま
enter
さ
it.
か君が人間ではないとは思ってもみませんでした。
I think I'm human, but then again, I kicked that door pretty hard. I kicked a hole in it. Most humans can't do that. No, most people can't. Maybe we are something else. Who knows? We've done without the sarcasm.
基本的なことを忘れている君が悪いのです。特査分室の仕事に本気で取り組んでいるのか疑問に思いますが。
Yeah, I don't want to hear it from you, okay? You're the one who told me to kick the door and then I got in trouble, so... Trying my best. I just happened to think of that idea and figured I'd let you guys know.
と言っても、私としては別に本気で取り組んでいただかなくても結構なのですが、私の邪魔さえせず、おとなしくしていてくださればそれで。
Oh, now you want me to be quiet, okay? You often ask me questions and then you expect a response, but now it's like, no. Don't want anything back from you. Rude. The glare becomes even icier. Can't help but be offended. Now look here, lady.
二人とも
Kotaro, stay out of this. Nobody wants your opinion. Nobody asked. An awkward air hangs between Muko and me, and then a knock on the door catches us off guard.
はーい、今
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, can you just, like, talk to them outside so we don't have to deal with you? At ease now that the hostile atmosphere between us is temporarily dissipated, Amaru heads to the door with a light gate. Upon opening it, we see... Yes, best girl, let's go! Oh, I'm so hyped. Gosh, sorry for bothering you when you're busy.
お邪魔します。
Two students of the realm of night dressed in their white uniforms. If I remember correctly, they're Aiba Kumiko and Shichiban Hina, both second-year
ちょっ
students.
といいかな。気になることあってさ。
I could talk to you all day. What do you want to talk about, Kumiko?
実は1年生の女の子が行方不明になっています。
First year gone missing? I mean, is Neko a first year? Is that her? Did she end up in a place that she can't get out of now? Muko reacts strikingly and faster than
そ
anyone
れは
else.
本当に行方不明なのですか？
Yeah, my first assumption is when we're talking about a key that you could get lost. Her voice is higher than I've ever heard it before. She's distressed, or maybe...
牛尾さん
Yes, Kotaro, she is Ushio-san, thank you. But maybe she's something else.
失礼しました。先を聞かせてください。
I like how she got so excited and then she's like, okay, we gotta calm down here. Well, let's hear the details first. She reverts to her usual collected demeanor. What I want to know is, who's the first year student, or ask Ushio what got into her? I would like to ask both, but I feel like if I ask what got into Ushio, she's gonna get kind of mad. So, like, should I ask who the first year student is and just kind of, like, get on with it? She's kind of past her sudden outburst. I don't know. But, you know, we're not about good ideas here. Sometimes we ask people what's gotten into them. Muko, what's gotten into you?
何がですか？
Why did you overreact like that? Yet another absolute zero glare. I just thought the way you reacted was totally unlike
君
you.
の気のせいでしょ。
Huh?
行方不明という事象はそもそもが大事です。
Yeah, but what she said is true, but her reaction was clearly irregular.
その1年生の名前はわかりますか？
Paying no heed to me, Muko returns the conversation to its original topic.
黒山町猫さん。
Ah, frick, it is her. She got herself screwed over with this mist.
風呂山地さん？
We exchange glances. I'm just imagining us all doing the Spider-Man meme. We're just all pointing at each other. Furuya's gone missing, huh?
先生高に説教されてて移動教室に向かうのが一人遅れたらしいんだよ。で、移動している最中に行方不明になったらしくて。
Huh. Are you sure she didn't just teleport and she did end up making it to her destination? Or are you just assume? I don't know. Either they're assuming or she really has gone missing and they haven't seen her since. I mean, it is daytime, right? So, I mean, if she's still missing, then yeah, that'd be a
こ
long
れ
time.
です。
That's... Hino-san hands us the item she was
黒山
holding.
町の手提げで教室移動するときにノートとか入れるのに使ってるやつだって。
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of girls use purses. That's pretty normal. It's light and made of cloth. Doesn't seem like there's much inside of it. So far, guys, let's make sure we recap here. She uses it to hold notes and belongings. Okay, so that's one use for a purse, right? And then it's light and made of cloth, so it's easy to carry it around. So, I mean, if you didn't have a purse before, I mean, it sounds pretty useful to me. You might want to consider getting one. Doesn't seem like there's much
そ
inside
れ
it.
だけが廊下に落ちてたって。
There's not much inside except this Glock. Imagine if she's just carrying a gun around school. Crazy. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't put it past her. I mean, like I've said, I think Neko is a little bit insane, and I just kind of assume that all pink-haired girls are.
それは確かに変ですね。
That's definitely odd. Yeah, it's hard to picture someone dropping their whole purse without noticing.
移動教室に現れなかった風呂山町のこと、最初は具合悪くなって保健室にでも行ったのかもくらいにクラスの子たちは思ってたらしいんだ。
I mean, that's a good initial assumption.
でもその授業が終わってから探してもどこにも姿がなくて、廊下にその手提げが落ちてたってわけ。
教室で1年生が騒いでいて。
そこに私とひながたまたま通りかかってさ、事情を聞いたわけで、ここに相談しに来たんだ。
うん。
Yeah, I mean, my likely conclusion would be that she ended up using the key and got lost in a place she can't get out of. Or maybe she ended up, I don't know, just going somewhere else. I mean, it seemed like she had a pretty active imagination, like she was just kind of dreaming about us. And maybe she just so happened to, like, teleport to our room or somewhere weird, you know? But, I don't know. I'm just kind of assuming the worst here right now. Muko nods after they finish their story.
わかりました。これは特査分室で扱うべき事項だと思います。速やかに調査を開始します。
Okay, let's frickin' do it. It's not like we study at the school anyways. Isn't she acting a bit hastily? But it's true that the situation is strange. There's no doubt that something's happened to Furuya. It's certainly worrying.
引き受けましょう。
そっか、助かったよ。1年生にそう言ってくる。
We're on the case. What if we hold on to her purse? I'm just imagining after I explained like how useful it is that Michiru's like, dang, I need one of these things. It's pretty useful, you know, you can hold all my stuff in there.
じゃあ、よろしく。
You can hold all of his Because he liked really spicy things, right? He can hold his bottle of sriracha in there. You never know when you're gonna have some croquettes and you just need some sriracha for it. Saying that, the two upperclassmen exit the bureau office. They leave Furuya's purse with us on their way out. It's made of a light pink fabric, Michiru's favorite.
中身を調べてみましょう。何か手がかりがあるかもしれません。
Don't you know it's rude to go for a woman's purse? Sure. Looking through a girl's belongings doesn't sit well with me, but this isn't a time for that. There's a textbook, notes, I place them on desk and I take them out. Pencil case.
なるほど。次の授業に使うものだけを入れてあるんだね。
Is this a tissue case? Lastly, at the bottom of her purse is something that's clearly unrelated to school. I take it out. The key. So interesting, the key didn't go with her, so she's possibly trapped in a place that she can't get out of because she doesn't have the key. Anyways, let's return this back to the principal. I think this is a job well done, guys. We can finally wrap up this chapter, and I can move on to the next game. I mean, I like that idea. Don't you guys? Oh, let's do the other, so that the other two can get a good look.
それって。
That's the key that was the principal's key. Aren't they the same thing? I feel like this is pretty much the same thing, but okay. I'm gonna go with the principal's key because I mean I think that's the more correct answer. This is technically what that is, but they're both kind of true, so I'm not really sure which one would give me more points as far as with Ushio, or I have no idea.
私もそう思います。
Buko agrees with me, looking amazed.
そうだ。こういう鍵だったよ。妖精が持っていたのって。
If this is the key that the principal was looking for, and Furuya had it, then now she's missing.
確かめましょう。
I guess you could say if we would have answered that it was the key the fairy was holding, you could argue that how would I know that that was the key the fairy was holding? I would maybe not have had a good enough look to determine that. So I feel like it's more likely to say that it was the principal's key because we would have known what that looked like based on their crudely sketched drawing of it. Hopefully it was better than the other map. He kind of compared it to that, so let's make sure that it is. I'm taken aback by her words. You know where Furuya
古賀
is?
君が考えているのは、黒山町さんの行方にその鍵が関わっているということですね。
I think that's logical. She disappeared, and we know that this is a key that can have you get stuck in places. Wouldn't anyone normally think that under these circumstances?
その可能性が高いことは否定しません。ですが、まずその鍵が本当に学園長が探している鍵なのか確かめることが先決でしょう。
Yeah, I mean, Ushia does have a fair point. Like, she could just teleport right outside the room and determine that, right? Like, if she teleports at all, that would be pretty likely that it's a key that can take you to different places.
確かに見た目は似てるけど、鍵なんて大体どれも同じ形だもんね。
Maybe nowadays, but, like, I feel like the keys in this game look wildly different. Taking another look at it, indeed, it seems like an ordinary antique key. Wouldn't be surprised if someone told me that they had a similar one.
行き
I'd
ま
be
しょう。
very surprised. I'm like, why are you just carrying around an old key for? As she says that, she walks towards the door. Hey, where are we
リ
headed?
トさんの話を聞きに。ミストのことは彼女が一番詳しいので。
I don't know, why don't you just teleport to her? Read of the mysterious inhabitant of the library. The principal said that it was a mist, so she'd probably know something about it. Hey, wait up! Amara and I hurriedly follow after her brisk steps. There's probably a condition for activating the key, though. We need to determine what that is. Like, can I just, like, wish to be somewhere while I'm holding it and I'll go there? I guess to what extent? How does that work? In a quiet corner of the library, we find her behind rows of gigantic bookshelves. As usual, she's holding a large
皆
book.
さんお揃いね。
Well, you are
聞きたい
present.
ことがあります。
Something we wish to ask.
私にわかることなら獅子型に牛を。
Did you take a look at this? Should I read the key that I have in my hand? Is this the principal's key? Oh, it's not? Oh, frick.
古賀君の
I've been
質問の仕
bamboozled.
方が悪いのです。リトさん、この鍵はミストですか？
そうよ。
Okay, so she doesn't know that it's the principal's key, so she's gonna say no, because she doesn't know that for a fact. Forgot we have to ask her in a very specific way, or we don't get the right answers.
ミストならば厳密に言えば学園の所有物。だから学園長のものかと聞かれれば否定されます。
Ah, so the mist technically wouldn't be the property of any one person. Gotcha.
ではリトさん、この鍵は学園長に預けられていましたか？
ええ。その鍵はつづら折坂不人が所持していたはずよ。
You're so frustrating that I have to ask you it like this. Is it true that it can take the user anywhere they
本
want?
当。
この鍵の効力について。
これはヤヌスの鍵。使用者が頭に思い浮かべた場所に一瞬で行くことができるミストよ。
It's a passage. Interesting wording there.
やはり。
風呂山町さんはこの鍵を使ったのかな？
She is missing, but the key is here. It's obvious something happened to her. First year student named Furuyamachi Neko had this and has now
そうな
disappeared.
の。
We believe that this key wasn't properly returned during the whole key fiasco a while ago when she happened to pick it up. So, what would have happened if she used it? What would happen if she used it without knowing it was? Could she have used it unintentionally? I think she definitely knew what it was. The first question is interesting because I'm like, I mean, we already know what it does. So if she would have used it, she would have gone to the place she wanted to. What would have happened if she used it without knowing what it was? I think she still probably would have gone somewhere. Then could she have used it unintentionally? I mean, I'd maybe ask that one, but I'm not too sure on that. So, I mean, I'm not really too sure. I would have just asked what would have happened if she used it.
魔力が足りていたら望む場所にたどり着くわ。
I'm not sure if this is one of those things where I just have to go down the line. It seems like with Rita, you kind of have to ask all the questions, so... And if she
目
didn't...
的の場所とミストを使用した場所の間、途中の空間につながるわね。
Okay, so
魔
if
力
she...
が足りない分だけ距離が半端になるの。
Okay, so she would have ended up somewhere in between. I'm wondering where she could have got stuck in between her destination there. I wonder if this is gonna go into something because she's in the night realm and we were like just in the regular realm. I don't know what you would call our normal world. Let's just go with that. Like just to contrast it, like light world, dark world kind of thing. I wonder what would happen if you try to like teleport in between those, because I'm not sure. They're kind of intermingled, but like I'm wondering like to what degree. Are they like real? Is it a really thin line where you can just kind of like cross in between it easily and there's no repercussions for doing so? Or if it's something that's really like delicate and you have to like really like be cautious about doing that. She could have ended up in some in-between world is what I'm implying. Let's
途
continue
中
on.
なんだか漠然とした感じ。
Principal said that they end up in somewhere outrageous. Any chance of that
そう
happening?
ね。途中であればどんな場所かはわからないから、天井裏や床下みたいなとんでもない場所に出る可能性はあるわ。
Yeah, that doesn't sound dangerous at all.
うわ、それはやだな。
What if you end up like in between the boards? You know, you're just kind of stuck there. You don't have your insides. Maybe you just get cut in half. Who knows? Reno grins once she finishes answering. You're so smiling about what would have happened if she used it. What would have happened if she used it without knowing what it was? Could she have used it intentionally? Okay, I was guessing we just have to go down the line. Let's do that. What would have happened if she used it without knowing what it was? Like if she didn't know it was a key that took you to wherever you
その
wanted.
時は無意識に思い浮かべていた場所や人のところにたどり着くわね。
Well, she didn't appear by us, so I mean, I don't think she used it unintentionally.
無意識の？厄介ですね。
そういう鍵なんだもの。
Alright, then let's ask the last one. Should have used it
それはない
unintentionally.
わ。こうやって
Rita pretends to be holding a key. She then turns her wrist as if turning the key to unlock
鍵
the
を使
door.
用し、意志を持って扉を開かなければ作用はしないの。
Okay, so it's kind of safe from you just like subconsciously using it.
つまりカバンやポケットに入れているだけでは魔力が足りていたとしても。
その通りよ。
そりゃ持ってるだけでどこかに飛ばされちゃたまったもんじゃないよね。
聞きたいことは
I sort the information that was presented to us. The key won't activate unless you want it to. If the user lacks mana, they'll end up part way to their destination in an unexpected place. Did Furuya disappear because she tried to use it and then arrived at some unknown location?
もう一ついいですか？先ほど無意識に思い浮かべていた場所や人のところにたどり着くと言いましたね。ヤヌスの鍵は望んだ場所だけではなく、望んだ人のいる場所でも作用するのですか？
Also connect to where a person
ええ
is.
そうなの。会いたい人を思い浮かべるとその人にたどり着くようになっているのよ。
Okay, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a location, it can be a person as well. Can we use it to determine where Furuya is? Can we use it to figure out where the key last connected to? I would want to just determine where she is. We could just teleport to her, right? I'm about to suggest using it to get to where
では
Furuya
この
is.
鍵を使えば風呂屋町さんのいる場所を特定できるということですね。
Wow, way to steal my thunder. I was just about to say that. Well, whatever. Seems like Muko and I were thinking the same thing.
可能ですよね、リトさん。
あなたたちがその風呂屋町猫ということ、面識があれば可能よ。
なるほど。具体的にその人物を知っていなければ不可能ということですね。
I mean, that's kind of vague, though. What determines that I know them? Like, I know of them? I mean, I could Google somebody and learn quite a bit about them, right? Especially if they're like a celebrity, you know? I could look at their Wikipedia page. I could really get to know them. Would that mean I know them, though? I'm assuming you mean, like, having met in person. But, like, do I just have to have, like, seen them in passing? Because, I mean, I've seen some people in person, right? Can I just teleport to them? I don't know what that means, because that's very vague.
ええ、
All three of us are familiar with her. Or are they talking about, like, we're on friendly terms, like a friendship? Like, I guess it's like, if they would want me to teleport to them, then I could, right? There should be no problem then. However, there's still the question of, do we have enough mana for this?
あ、そっか。足りなかったらとんでもないところに出ちゃう可能性もあるんだよね。怖い怖い。
So let's not have me do it, because apparently Michiru does not have a lot of mana. He just doesn't have a lot of much of anything.
二次遭難する可能性も考えられます。私たちで使えるものでしょうか？
ヤヌスの鍵は使用者を選ばないわ。ただし魔力が足りるのならだけど。
リトさん、この中に鍵を適正に使える魔力のある人物がいるか？
What? You could even figure that out? It did seem like she was able to determine our level of mana. Smiles nonchalantly, because she said before that we didn't have anything, right? Which I'm not sure if that's true. I'm kind of curious to know if we have some kind of like innate ability, or maybe we just have unlimited mana. So it's like it doesn't register like, oh, you just have nothing, but actually you just have all the mana in the world. Who knows? Really helps us out, but it just makes her all the more mysterious.
お願いします。
Yeah, that would indeed help us out here. It'd be great if one of us could use it. Wataru, stop being such a baby. I swear, anything happens in these. She just stares at us each in turn. Her eyes remain wide open throughout, and she doesn't blink even once. She gazes at it intently. And then, drum roll.
あなたね。
He points to.
ほれ
He's so surprised by
え
it.
え。あなたの魔力なら望む場所に行けると思うわ。
Oh, I don't like having to rely on him.
本当ですか？
Thinking back, she did say before that Omaru had lots of
古賀君、
mana.
鍵をカラスマ君に渡してください。
Sure. Ignoring Omaru's nervousness, Buko says that and I hand him the key. Do your best.
そんなこと言ってむちゃくちゃなところに繋がったらどうすんの？
Then you can leave and not come back. Not bad. Am I
大丈夫。
mean to him?
繋
I'm
がったと
mean.
してもその中に入らなければいいのだから。
I see.
そうか。
Seems like he's relaxed a bit after being
で、
told that.
どうやって使えばいいの？
I mean, is he able to, like, kind of teleport somebody with him and just rely on his own mana? Because, like, I'm wondering, how is he going to get her out just because he knows where she is? I mean, what if she's in really an impossible place to reach?
どの扉でもいいから鍵を差し込んで
Oh, you have to actually insert it into a door? I thought you just kind of did the motion with the key.
あれはどうですか？
Muko points to a door between two
あれは
bookshelves.
物置の扉よ。
That works, right? Give it a whirl, Amaru.
うん。
I love the enthusiasm. He's ready to go. Let's do it. What could go wrong here, right? Approach the door. Amaru takes an extra step forward.
風呂山町さん、風呂山町さん。
Trying to picture her, he mumbles her name and pushes the key into the door keyhole. Normally an unmatching key wouldn't fit, however this one slides right in. He then turns it.
開けちゃうよ。
So, okay, maybe what's really happening is he's just like opening a doorway to that place, and like we could have multiple people go through the doorway. I'm not sure if that's exactly how that works. Mara opens the door, leaving the key where it is. Wow, it's a field.
なんだこれ。
これは
Okay, so that's cool. Like, we could all go through, technically. Okay. It's supposed to be the library storeroom. It can't be that big, though. Well, duh. Right now before our eyes. Where the hell is this? It's a bright world. The brightness is different from the one that created by lights for the sun. It feels like the entire space itself is glowing. It's also extremely vast. You could probably even call it a savanna. It's so expensive I can't see where it
学園の
ends.
中とは思えない。
Maru's right. For starters, it doesn't even seem real to me. What exactly is this place? Rito-san, do you know what this place is? Even though she could answer everything we threw at her, this time she just looks as confused as us. She
わ
cocks
か
her
ら
head.
ないわ。この私にも。
I was gonna kind of ask. I mean, so you can go to any location or teleport to a person, right? Can you go to a place that doesn't exist? I mean, what would the conditions for that be? Because you could argue that your imagination is creating a place. Like inside my head, you know, I could dream up a world, right? Like, could I go to that world? I don't know, like, how that would work. That's pretty, like, I don't know. I don't even know what you would call it. It's pretty meta. Like, I don't even know how that would work, but is that a possible
もし
thing?
かして魔力が足りなくて途中の場所に繋がったんじゃないの？どこかは見ても全然わかんないけど。
I mean, I will say, isn't the key a lot less dangerous than I would have assumed? Because I'm thinking you turn the key and you just get, like, teleported instantly. This is more like you have the option of going in or out. Maybe you just get thrown wherever if you don't have enough mana, so the key just kind of, like, takes you there. I'm not sure. Because he just opened up the door and then, you know, he could choose to go in or not.
それはありえないわ。
I mean, they've probably been explaining that. I guess I'm just not understanding it clearly enough. Utley denies the suggestion. It seems like she's quite certain about that. The Furuya is for sure somewhere in there. Prepare to step into the strange world,
待
and
って
then
ください。
my foot had barely moved off the ground before I hear Muko's sharp voice. I turn around.
待ってください。迂闊に踏み込むのは危険です。
Nah, it's fine. Let's do it. But we have to save Furuya ASAP.
それは分かっています。ですが、どう見ても異常な空間に踏み込むのは危険すぎます。二次遭難してしまっては元も子もありません。
What if something happens to Furuya while we're twiddling our thumbs like this?
まず、本当に危険はないのかどうか確かめる必要があります。
So we're supposed to be going to where Furuya is. So I'm guessing it's not exactly where she is. Like, it's in the general area, because or else we would have seen her, right? We would have been able to look through the doorway and saw her, and then hopefully she could have, like, came through the doorway and gotten back to us. But it seems like it's not that easy.
まずはそれが先決です。助けに行っても帰ってこれないのでは意味がありません。
So do you want us to determine where this is first, in case somebody needs to come rescue us? Not sure how we're gonna do
やっ
that.
ぱ
That's
り
a
俺
pretty
の魔
wide
力
open
が足
field.
りなかったんじゃないのかな。
No, Kotaro, stop questioning yourself. Everyone just told you it's not because of that.
仮に足りなかったとしても、
Muko turns down to
学
Rito.
園の外につながっている可能性はないのですか？
ないわね。
それは対ミスト結界があるからですか？
そう。
Interesting. So the mist couldn't affect outside the school. Is that what you're trying to say?
ここには学園の敷地内からミストを決して外に出さないための結界が張られているの。その結界のせいでミストの作用も学園外には及ばないようになっている。
I mean, I feel like I could argue that the mist technically is working inside the school. It's just taking us outside of the school. I mean, it's not necessarily working outside. It's just kind of teleporting us there.
地下宝物庫の結
I
界
didn't
は
activate it
あ
outside
な
the
たた
school.
ちが壊してしまったけれど、そちらの結界はまだ生きているわ。
Ah, thanks for reminding me.
だから学園の外には決してつながらないということですね。
ええ、決してつながらないわ。すべてのミストはあの結界を越えることはできない。
I mean, it doesn't surprise me that there's some pretty interesting places inside the school. We know it's a school of magic, so clearly you could have... I'm just thinking, and to compare it to Harry Potter, we have the room of requirement, right? It kind of becomes what you need at the moment. Maybe it could just become a field, so maybe there's a room like that. It looks like a small room, and outside of the room it is, but once you go inside, it's infinitely bigger. What? This is on campus? Take another look at the mysterious space, but is there anywhere big enough of a campus for this
こ
to
の空
exist?
間自体を調べる必要があります。まず学園の中にこのような場所があること自体がおかしいですから。
I mean, I feel like we'd be pretty safe if Kotaro and then just teleported back. I mean, he could use that to look around, determine where this is, and then hopefully he'd be able to return back, but I don't really know how mana works. Like, I know they explained it before. Is it where you can just kind of like sleep and you'll just kind of recover it? So he could just sleep and return, right? Hopefully. But there's no door there, so I guess that's the problem, right? I'm wondering, are we connecting to another door, or are we just connecting to the area? There doesn't need to be another door. I guess that would also... that's something I would ask. I mean, I'm just overthinking it. Maru nods, agreeing with Nuko's
確かに。
statement.
だって学園の敷地より広そうじゃない？
No kidding.
リトさん、図書館に学園の敷地について書かれた本はありますか？
あるわ。
その本にはこの空間についての記述はありますか？
ないわ。
では、この空間に関して何か参考になりそうな記述はなかったでしょうか？
それは私には判断できないわね。
そうですか。
Nothing striking me as odd as I watched their question and answer session. While Rita answers all of Muko's questions, she doesn't say anything more than what was asked. Muko said that you have to phrase your questions properly, so maybe Rita's always
で
been
は
like this.
その本のある場所を教えてもらえますか？
案内するわ。
では。
That's certainly the interesting thing about Rito, is you could like kind of ask those questions, you could get kind of like a nothing answer, right? But maybe if you determine like a different way to ask the question, maybe you would just get like a better answer to it. I'm not too sure. She seems to be deep in thought. A short while later, Muko once again directs her gaze to Rito.
リトさん、カラスマくんに魔力があるのは間違いないのですね。
ええ、それは間違いないわ。
彼はこの鍵を何回ほど正確に使えますか？
7、8回は確実に。
Oh, okay. What are we even worried about then? Just go through. You can just teleport right back. That's super easy. I mean, my only concern would be, like I said, that there isn't another door on the other side. If we really have to put it in a keyhole, there might not be a door there. That might be why Neko got stuck. But I don't know. She went through without the key, huh? The only other thing I could see is maybe she got kidnapped or something. Like, maybe like something was in there and they just grabbed her and then she didn't bring the key with her. But I don't know.
わかりました。カラスマくん、
There's definitely some concerns here. I'm just curious to see how we're gonna kind of deal with those.
あ、はい。
鍵の運用を考えると君が持っているのが最善のようです。
でも
この鍵を扉から回収してこの状態を学園長に話してきてもらえますか？
Yeah, and we could just, you know, talk to the principal, the person that like knows about the key pretty well, and maybe she'll know where this necessarily leads to. The principal, Muko
学園
nods.
長なら何が起こっているかわかるかもしれないからです。私はリトさんと一緒にこの空間が学園のどこなのか調べます。手伝ってくれますか、リトさん。
I have a feeling the principal knows. I have a feeling that she knows exactly where that is.
ええ、もちろんよ。
But I don't know. I could be wrong. We'll see. Many hands make light
え
work.
え、お願いします。一つ注意があります。その鍵は学園長には君が持っているとは伝えず、しばらくの間 特差分室が預かると伝えてください。
Ooh, we're being secretive, Ushio. I like it.
思うところがあります。
I like it. Ushio not trusting authority.
あの学園長が聞いてくれるのかな。
I like it. I like it.
そこは何とかしてください。
I'm clueless as to what she's up to. As anticipated, Amaro is perplexed. However, Muko couldn't possibly care
それ
less.
と
She faces
く
me.
れぐれもその鍵で勝手なことをしないでください。
Ah, no, I wouldn't. I would never. No, I don't have any ideas. None whatsoever. She articulates each word slowly for emphasis. It's like she believes it's set in stone that I'm gonna do something without thinking.
ではリトさん。
ええ、
Muko begins to walk away. Got it. What were those reasons you had? Yeah, I want to know. Muko stops in her tracks and turns around. However, she doesn't respond and merely glances at me coldly at that. She seems like she's irritated about something. What could she possibly be irritated about? We're just great company, you know? We're very friendly. We're enjoyable to be around. Turning back around, she proceeds to leave the area. Rito hastily follows behind her. What's with her? Anyways, Kotaro, let's use the key and let's go. Let's not waste any time with these losers. These freaking buzzkills. There's something on her mind, she should just say it.
まあまあ、きっとこの鍵がないと古江松さんが助けられないとかだよ。
She could have told us that. Yeah, I suppose. But still, I really wonder how Furuya's doing. Yeah, I'm worried too. What the frick is that? There's a bunch of mushrooms. Digging into the strange world through the door. It looks the same as it did before, spreading endlessly towards the horizon. If she's in there all by herself, worried when I even begin to describe how I feel.
ドアの鍵を抜けば普通の物置になるのかな。
Glances at the door's keyhole.
牛尾さんは鍵を回収して学園長のとこ行けって言ったけど、鍵を抜いたら
That's what I was
この
wondering
空
too.
間
Can
は
you
消え
just
ちゃうんだよね。
Can you just keep the door open? Can you go back and forth? Or if I go back, like, there's not a doorway behind me? It's just kind of like a one-way mirror. Or could I take the key with me at all? Like, does the key have to stay in? I don't feel like that's true because she used it to kind of get places quicker. I mean, she would have had to go back for the key, wouldn't she? He's debating whether to do it or not. I share the same sentiment. Do it! Do it! Do it! After all, Furia could be somewhere in that bizarre place. If we lose this link, well then what should we do? In any case, just staring at it won't do us any good. We should just obediently follow Muko's orders. No! We shouldn't do that. Let's get ourselves into trouble. We're young. This is the time to make mistakes.
ミッチ、見てよ。
Mara points his finger. Look at the open door. It's disappearing. The space on the other side of the door starts to look like static. I can't exactly explain what's going on, but it seems like it's starting to
放
fade
って
away.
おくと鍵の効果が消えるのかな。
I don't know, Katara. Let's not think. Let's just jump in. I hear a girl shriek. Was that Furuya? Before I know it, my foot is already through the door. Interesting. Feel short attack of nausea, but
ミ
it's
ッチ、
nothing major.
大丈夫？
Looking back, I see Amara on the other side of the door. I see, so even though it's starting to disappear, the link hasn't been severed yet. We can
危
still
ない
talk.
よ。俺も行く。でも
You stay where you are. We need someone to tell Muko and the others what's going on. I mean, I think that's fine, because he has the key, so he can always get back to us. He was told that he could do this like 7 or 8 times, so, I mean, it's not going to be a problem. We can defend her in the meantime, and then, you know, still have him to save us.
ミッチ。
For an instant, his expression is one of
わかっ
hesitation.
た。でもちょっと待って。
He frantically places a hand
受
on
け
the
取って。
doorknob. He throws us a Glock. No, why would you throw me the key? What do you mean? Why would you give up the key? Now you can't save us. That's what he throws him as the
それ
key.
があればそっちから開けて帰ってこられるはず。
But you don't understand. I don't have mana. And Neko possibly, I don't know why she doesn't have the key in her possession. Maybe she ran out. I don't know. Thanks. I see Amaro. By the time I confirmed the receipt of the key, the door had already vanished along with the image of Amaro on the other side. I'm left alone in this strange world. Can't even tell where the door was anymore. This isn't the time to be spacing out. I dash off in the direction of the scream. Da-da-da. I race to the eccentric and unusual world. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna end it here. I think this is a great cliffhanger spot. I think it's gonna be so devious. You guys are gonna hate me. You're like, oh, Justin, this is the good part. Well, yeah, it is. So, too bad. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here, and hopefully we'll get to see more of this dream world. I'm mainly ending the video just because I don't have time. I need to be somewhere right now, and we're gonna do that. So hopefully I won't take 10 days in between these episodes, so you guys can just like pop to the next one real quick. But you know, we'll see. Anyways, appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next episode. Have a good one.